Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with Channel Disturbance. This is an SU-14-2, it's the Tier 8 Soviet SPG. It's located on the north spawn of Redshire, and this one's under the command of ProvoBob. Now, we've been doing a lot of replays of the school bus, as it's otherwise commonly known, recently, and I think everybody seems to be playing it. Okay, game started. Now, the school bus, basically it's the same as an SU-14-1, except of course it's got a cabin for the crew which protects them from small arms fire, and a radio as well which allows it to communicate with other units. And there's one of these at the Russian Tank Museum at Kubinka. Okay, he's moving down to the east side of the map. Now, he's got the 203mm howitzer. I can tell that straight away. That's the top gun. It's 1050 alpha, penetration rate of 52mm, and a burst radius of 10.9, which means it's a very potent weapon, but it does have a rather long reload time, 36.32 seconds, and that's even with vents and a BIA crew. Now, with the 212A, the Tier 9 Soviet SPG, it gets a lot quicker, so I can promise you, you will be able to enjoy the 203mm with the 212, and if you use Vent Purge, you can actually boost the reload time even more. Okay, he's looking towards the Zeppelin, and we've got an IS-2 up there already. And he's trying to lay a round down in that position so he can hit one of the enemy tanks. Okay, Lerber, and he fired the round in. Unfortunately, the stun hit his own teammate because the shell hit the rock face. He didn't do any damage to his teammate, but he certainly did stun him, and that could be awkward. I don't think his teammate will be too happy about being stunned. I know that he will understand that ProvoBob was aiming for the enemy, but sometimes you just need to be a little more careful with the shots. I know he was trying to be careful. I go for that IS at the back, the one around the corner, because and he's just gone, and that round hit 3 enemy tanks. He damaged the E-25, the Lerver, and the IS-2 shielded. The IS-2 shielded took the worst damage, 342 hit points off him. Not going to be very impressed, that guy, but I'm sure the IS-2 too is very happy now because a lot of hit damage was done to the enemies that he's opposing. Well, a Lerver's come around the other side. That's the Tier 8 German Premium Heavy. The Lion. A tank that was never built, but was proposed to Hitler, but he rejected it, which is a bit sad really, because it's actually quite a good design. Okay, those guys have pulled back, probably because they were facing serious opposition, plus there's a T-29 in grid square B8, and he's probably firing up at them as they came around that side. Sometimes people make choices to come around the opposite side because they don't want to get sniped at by somebody that's behind you. Whoa, good hit there on the IS-2, 479. And that's not the shielded one, that's the standard IS-2. Okay, the Lerver's giving it another go. He's hiding behind the rock at the moment for cover, but he's going to have to come out from behind there if he wants to get at some of our guys. ProvoBob's going to be loaded very shortly. Oh, he did take a shot with his 105mm gun, but he's down to 33 hit points, which makes him a splash kill, and ProvoBob's about to be loaded. Rounds out. Oh, it went long. Oh, the shell shot over the top of the Lerver and landed behind him, and all it did was stun him. Oh, so disappointing. It looked like there was going to be an easy kill there for ProvoBob. Such a pity. Okay, well, there is an Emil 1 up on the heights overlooking that corridor. I don't know if you can see that. And there's also that E-25 who keeps moving about behind the skin of the Zeppelin. Of course, that prevents us hitting him. he knows that as well. It sounds like somebody just fired a double round, possibly from the IS-22. And there goes a shot that actually kills the E-25, splashes him to death. Now we lost the IS-22, but the enemy lost their liver. And now we're going after that Emil 1. Okay, he's in a nice little hull down position there. That's where Arty really comes in useful for taking out the enemy. And well, that lurver is also asking for trouble because he keeps coming round and well, there he goes. The IS-2 shielded, finished him off. Well, ProvoBob's loaded, but he's just waiting for a target, and there's the target. He's going to go for the Emil after all. Fires a round in, lands shallow. He didn't fully dial that one in before he fired, and I think that might be the reason why he didn't get that one. And now the IS-2 is coming around this corner, and that guy is an easy one shot. In fact, actually the Pantera gets him with one round, and now the Emil 1 is going to suffer. Now over on the other side of the battlefield we can see a T-26E5 dueling with one of our guys in the moat. It's an E-25. We're loaded. ProvoBob lines it up, rounds out, so anticipate where the enemy's going, and wow, 425 hit points. That's a good splash. It was a near miss. It wasn't a direct hit, but it still did a huge amount of damage to that guy. And the Leo goes down in the castle, but unfortunately we just lost our lurver to that T-26E5. ProvoBob's going to be loaded momentarily. He might get another shot at that E5. Oh, there's a Wizzy 111-1FT nearby. And he fires that one in, not fully dialed in, but it does hit the target for 453. And our EBR's moving through the moat. But I think he's changed his mind, he's pulling back because there's two tanks on that corner now. A T-44 and the Wizzy. Now, there's only 4 enemy tanks left. And, well, 3 of them are over this side of the map. And, oh, there goes the EBR. Yes, he met the T-26E5 and that was the end of his game. Okay, lining up a shot on the Patriot. Well, it's not a Patriot, but it is the T-26E5. And we've lost sight of him altogether because he's the only one in the moat at the moment. But there's the T-44. Lost our Pantera to him. He's pulling back, but ProvoBob's not loaded yet. Still 4 enemies out there. We seem to be losing a fair number of tanks, actually. Our guys have not moved down from the Zeppelin. I think it's mainly because they're concerned about if they might get sniped at. Well, the IS-2 shielded is now moving from the Zeppelin, whilst ProvoBob looks near the moat area where the Wizzy 111 and the T-44 were last seen. Okay, he's gone over to the other side of the map. Our Wizzy 1201FT needs to move quickly, and there's one of the enemy Arty. That's the only enemy Arty left. It's the only Arty in the on the enemy team. Rounds out on him and splash for 216. That'll slow him down, and the IS-2 should get the kill. He turns around, and yep, there you go. Ammo racked him. But that T-44 is in a position where he can hit the IS-2 shielded. It's now 5 versus 3. Oh, there's that T-26 again. He moved. He's searching for a solution. He fires around in. Unfortunately, the T-26 has moved away. He's trying to get a solution, but he's not going to be loaded for a little while. And we just lost the Wizzy 1201 FT, which is one of our good tanks. Or rather, our good tank destroyers, I should say. Well, Scorpion G is hanging at the back at the moment. He's not really engaging. And there's the Wizzy. And he dies very, very explosively. The Scorpion was engaged. I was wrong about that. He was waiting for the opportunity. And that was a direct hit. I think that hit the T-44 or the T-26E5. I'd say it was the latter. The T-26E5, he was hanging around that area. We'll know soon enough if we spot either of them. If they're still showing stun. ProvoBob's only got 3 rounds left. He's running out of ammo. But we're also running out of game time. And there's the T-44. So it might have been him. And he dies. So now it's just the T-26E5. And I'm sure he's in that same area. He wouldn't have moved away because from there he can spot the IS-2 shielded, who's now gone down to the river and is near the cap. Of course, he'll want to try and get shots on the IS-2. Our T-29's moving in. If we spot them momentarily, then ProvoBob needs to get around in there. And he's not there. T-29's very tentatively moving forward. He's not there. He's not there. They would have seen him by now. Oh, the IS-2 says he spotted him. So I think he's moved positions. If he's spotted, I think he's actually moved. Yes, he has moved. There he is. He went over to the other side of the map. He was doubling back round to try and get the T-29 from behind. He probably knew that after the T-44 went down that more tanks were going to be arriving, and he decided to relocate. And the Scorpion G is moving up to a position. We're holding fire on that bush, waiting for the Scorpion G to find him. And yet again he's moved, and there he is. He's on the move. Line him up. Work out where he's going. Rounds out. Looks good. It is! Wins the game. That's a kill shot. Wins the game for the team. Let's have a look at the end of battle stats for this one. Well, it's first class tank for ProvoBob in the SU-14-2. He managed to get a Bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He got 18. Got a Gore's medal for doing more damage than 8 times the hit points of his own vehicle. And he got a Confederate as well for doing more, hitting more of the enemy than anyone else on his team. And his win rate from that one was 5,590. So it's super Unicum standard. Let's have a look at team score. He didn't get the highest damage in the game. No, that actually went to the Scorpion G. I thought he was hanging back, but he wasn't actually. He was doing a lot of damage. He got a high caliber for 4,374 hit points. So my apologies to the Scorpion G driver. The ProvoBob managed to get 3,918, and that's not a slouch. I mean, he was doing a lot of damage, and he was just behind the Scorpion G on damage. And the next high scorer was in fact the T-44, 2,858. He was a Unicum, so yes, that's kind of expected, yes. And if you look at his results, I'll just pull those up. You can see his win rate was 5,501, so yes, he was doing very nicely out of that game. The IS-2 shield did manage to get a Spartan during that game as well. When it came to kills, it was the Scorpion G again. He got 4 kills. The Pantera got 3. So did the T-26E5 and their Wizzy 1111 FT. And ProvoBob only managed to get 2, I'm afraid. But when it came to base XP, he got the second place because the Scorpion got 1,101 and ProvoBob got 1,048. And then the IS-2 shielded got 995. He fired 15 rounds, got 6 direct hits, no penetration but 15 splash. Damage of 3,918 hit points, all of it at more than 300 meters. Damage 9 of the enemy, killed 2, and did 892 hit points of stun assist off 12 stuns. On a free-to-play account he earned 36,973 credits, and after ammunition resupply took away 8,323 credits. He received 6 bonds for that game, and 1,048 base XP, and there was no multiplier, so that's all the experience points he took away. But 2 medals and a pretty solid game, and some nice shots, plus of course that kill shot right at the end to win the game. If you enjoyed that replay, please give this video a like and do subscribe to our channel, and thank you for watching.